If you guys want to go to that park place, you guys totally can. Parkplace.com, and then you guys go to video games, and you guys will see a list of topics. And this one we're looking at, it says Dragon Age: The Veilguard is practically worthless after a week. Trade-in value plummets. All right, let's see what is going on here in Dragon Age: Veilguard. A lot of people were talking about the game because people feel like they are being belittled. That's from what I've heard. People are being like the game actually belittles you, where they're like, hey, I like picking flowers. I like going here. We should go here. It's best to go this way. And like they constantly like tell you and like hold your hand and stuff like that. From what I've heard, I've seen some gameplay of it, and I was like, wow. But some people like the game obviously because it graphically it looks beautiful. But some of the stuff is just like that kind of gets annoying. Like a lot of people want to be immersed in the games. Every gamer wants to be immersed into a game. That's what makes them keep playing it. But it's actually forcing people out of it, like a good amount of people out of it, and that's why people just don't want to play the game and pretty much just say, I don't want to play this game. I want to return it. So let's see. Players are discovering that Dragon Age Veilguard trade-in values has plummeted only a week after release. That's not good. It's no secret that Dragon Age: The Veilguard has been receiving a rough go since its launching on Halloween. Not only did the game fail to reach 90,000 concurrent players on Steam, but inside sources allege that the game has barely moved 500,000 copies and has seen refunds skyrocket on digital stores. So I know with digital stores and everything, where if you play the game less than 2 hours, you can get a full-on refund. So you can get your $70 back. I don't know about if you got like a crazy, I don't know if you got like, you know, the limited edition, legendary edition, whatever, like creator pack or something like that comes with it, where it's like, you know, $100, $200 or something like that. I'm not sure you get the full price of that back because usually it's just the game. I don't think the content that you download, you get back. So you get $70 back usually. So that's good. Let's see. Even the gaming access media, which leaped lavish praise upon the BioWare RPG, has seemingly left it behind. Oof. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so then they said this. I'm also told in terms of refunds that are currently the game has had at least 30,000 refunds in the past few days. Wow. YouTuber Eddie Means said in a recent video on his channel, citing sources close to the game, which is not good for your game, that has barely sold 500,000 copies to hemorrhaging players like this. Like again, the whole belittling and stuff like that. It's going to annoy people, and it's like to the point where they cannot be immersed anymore. It ruins the immersion, and they're like, I don't want to play this game. It's just, why? You know? Veilguard is not a commercial success. And then it says, let's see, most of the refunds likely came from digital stores like Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. Like I said, if you played it less than 2 hours, then you can get a full-on refund. If you play more than that, unfortunately, you can't get a refund for it. These online platforms allow players to return a game full refund within 2 weeks. Oh, within 2 weeks of the game, and then also as long as they play less than 2 hours of the gameplay log. It's a policy that lets players try a new game with no risk, which is awesome. So it's kind of like a demo a little bit. Even though you put money into it, you can get the money back if you're like, you know, good or bad. And then if they don't like it, they can return it quickly. And apparently, quite a few players did it in this case. But here's the thing: for people like myself who like physical copy games, you know, you guys know me. I love the physical copies. I got physical copies of anything. I got PS Vita games that are still wrapped up, and it's been like 10 years, actually more than 10 years. But yeah, it's awesome. But anyway, unfortunately, the gamers who have purchased physical copies into the title, it is a lot more difficult to return open games for a full cash refund. Actually, it's impossible to do it. Like you cannot. A lot of the games where it's like, okay, it's unwrapped. It's been played once at least, or just it's been unwrapped in general. You already lose value. Like even it's to the point where once the game leaves the retailer's hands and are put in your hands, the value already depreciated. You can like put a game in your hands and you're like, you know what? I don't want this. They could probably give you like $60, even though you paid $70 for it. You probably lost $10 by touching it. type of thing. Unless you have white gloves. I don't know. Things like that. So, it says, but typically these players sell the game back to the retailer. They take a loss on the purchase, exactly. But it's not a total loss. For a new game that's barely a week old, you can typically get somewhere in the 30s or even 40s on a $60 or $70 game. Usually $70 games, yeah, 30s or 40s, you lost $40 or $30. That's insane. That's a lot. Why they got to be white gloves? They can just be gloves. You know, boxing gloves. MMA, no, not MMA gloves because it exposes fingers. Fighter pilot gloves. Military fighter pilot gloves. Okay, you happy, Jenks? Oven mitts. Oven mitts. The reason why I say white gloves because it's easy to see dirt. It's easily to see dirt. That's what it is. So don't try to go there, Jinx. I know you. All right. So let's see here. However, after a little more than a week in the hands of players, GameStop has listed its Dragon Age, the Veilguard trade-in value at just $22. $22. You lost $48. No, that's completely wrong. Yeah, you lost $48 because it's a $70 game, right? Yeah, you lost $48. Shit. That is crazy. That means you could buy 2 of these games. Actually, yeah, for that refund. It's crazy. It is insane. And looking at all these other ones, Spider-Man 2 is at $19.80, Undisputed $22, Legend of Zelda is at $33. Look at that. Echoes of Wisdom. That's the latest one, right? Yeah. MLB The Show, $8. That's crazy. So remember, when you're buying a physical copy of a game, you gotta take in consideration, once you buy the game and it is in your hands, the value goes down. When you walk away, I always gave this example to people. If you pay $70 for a game, and when you pay $70 for the game and you have the game in your possession, the value is already going like this. It's been like this the whole time. Going across, because obviously it hasn't been sold. It's just sitting on the shelf, just stagnant. But then once you buy it and it's in your hands, it starts going down. And the thing is, it gets more and more and more the more you walk away from the retailer. Once you go outside the store, oh yeah, you're pretty much locked at this that $22. You're pretty much locked there. Even if it's still in the wrapper. That's what happens. So as you can see in the image above, Veilguard is listed at worth being up to $22. That means to get $22, you need an utterly pristine copy. And depending on the condition of the game and the GameStop employee appraising it. So if GameStop employee is pretty much to you, yeah, you're pretty much screwed. Unless he's nice. If he's nice and he's like, you know what? Just give it back. We'll give you the $70. Here you go. The copy looks great. I'll wipe this down or something like that and make it look shiny and pretty and stuff again. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully that's just them on a good day. So let's see here. Considering that a brand new copy of Veilguard is $69, nice, mainly $70, or $69.95 or $69.99, something like that. The game has been at a devaluation of 31.88% in just 12 days. That's insane. Once you compare the value of Veilguard to other recent games, the situation BioWare and EA find themselves in becomes clear. Let's see here. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, a game that came out in September 26, 2024 is worth up to $33. Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, which hit stores exactly a month ago on October 11th, is worth up to $27.50 on PS5 and $33 on Xbox. Suck it, PlayStation. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Don't worry. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is another recent release that game came out just under a week before Veilguard on October 26th, and it has a trade-in value of $38.50. Well, damn, they said screw you, Xbox and PlayStation at the same time. But yeah, the reason why is because a lot of people play this game. They are playing the ever-living crap out of Call of Duty, and they do. It makes it very interesting because its campaign is more than 2 hours to beat. Multiplayer is more than 2 hours, obviously. And then zombies, you could play one round and pretty much be over 2 hours if you wanted to. So anyway, the GameStop valuation after just over a week in stores doesn't bode well with how Veilguard is performing. If new copies of the game were flying off shelves, GameStop would pay a higher rate for the previously played copies. However, when a vast number of players attempt to trade in a game in, the value plummets. Yeah, because it's pretty much like it's a bad rating. It's like having a game comes out, you have a bad review. People aren't going to want to play that. They're going to be like, dang, look at these reviews. This is tanked to the ground. It's below 0. It's like a -20 in review for some reason. Why would I want to buy this? It's concerning. But there's some people that are probably like, oh, screw it. I'll play it to see what's going on, why people don't like it. And then they turn in and like, oh, well, that's the reason why. You know? Things like that. Yeah, of course. Of course people are going to turn them in. They're going to return them. And it's going to be, and the value depreciates. Exactly. Let's see. Just how many players are trying to dump this game back on retailers? One retailer who runs a store in a major shopping center told that Park Place that among the 7 stores in the sales region, in exchange, trade-in, and gift card return rate for Veilguard was a whopping 75% of total sales. Are you surprised by Dragon Age Veilguard trade-in value? Do you purchase the game? Or did you purchase the game? Nope. Have you tried to sell it back? No, because I didn't purchase the game. And sound off in the comments and let us know. Yeah, I didn't buy it or anything like that. I know people that play the game or that have the game and they're playing it. They're having a good time. But me personally, first of all, Dragon Age, it just never felt appealing to me. It just didn't, because I was just constantly playing Skyrim and Oblivion, so I was just having a great time. Veilguard, I just didn't think anything of it. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, some people are just, again, people are just probably fed up of how the gameplay is. Like, why why certain things getting thrown in my face, and I'm just like trying to just get away from that because I just don't want to hear it. If it was an option to have it disabled or whatever, then sure. But it's crazy that you have to have an option to disable something in a video game that probably a mass majority of people are like, hey, we don't want this in the game, but then they put it in there anyway. This is what it does in the future for video games, which is very concerning as well. This could possibly, this could possibly be an alert for a lot of people, where now when games come out, like, people aren't going to do pre-orders. It's going to probably decrease pre-orders because people are going to be skeptical of all these titles. They're like, well, they did this to Dragon Age. They did this to Alan Wake 2, apparently. They did this in Sonic. You know, like, all games that have a franchise, they did something like this to it, right? So now people are going to be skeptical. Like, you know, we saw in Summer Game Fest Doom that's coming out, right? Where apparently you are a dragon that's attacking a giant demon, which was insane. It was really cool to see. But now we're all skeptical. We're probably thinking, like, what if they did something in Doom? What if they did something to an amazing, a legendary classic colossal game? You know? What if they did that? If I'm just saying this, if Doom ever changed, if they ever affect Doom or Metal Gear Solid or anything else of that high enough, you know, I wouldn't say standard, but high enough of, just respect and reputation. Oh, it's going to be the end. It is going to be the end. But what do you guys think about this whole thing with Dragon Age and stuff? It is insane to see. And, Alpha Channel. Later.